In this episode of Best Frienemies,
I get life coached by Sharam Namdarian.
and he fucking loved it!
Yeah, spoiler alert.
No spoilers.
Okay, that's not very life coachy of you.
Alright, cool. Alright, welcome to the Best Frienemies podcast with me, ultimate amazing Sharam, and just...
Hey, it's me.
say your name for the algorithm.
My name's Joel Templey.
Thank you.
Pisces. I'm not 6 foot, but I identify. And
I'm precisely 6 foot.
I love coming to Smith Street.
Okay.
Should I give away the location?
Yeah, we're at Dirty Secrets Comedy on Smith Street.
No, I was just thinking today how much I love coming to Melbourne, inner city Melbourne, and that's because inner city Melbourne is where the most laid back people live, and they're always very understanding that we're just telling jokes, and no one ever overreacts to a silly thing that we say here on Smith Street, Melbourne, Nam. Anyway,
so for those who can't tell, he's being ironic, but actually this is a projected reality. They want to be jostled.
I think everyone could tell I was being ironic.
Yeah, but Joel's like, you think they're sensitive little
because they are. They're little.
Yeah, but I think that's projected reality. So they see you're battling with your own reality. The premise of this episode is Joel. Joel, am I wrong to say you get mad on stage? You might dispute it. You always do.
Look who's projecting now. You already have an answer to that question. So
yeah, I know, but there's a difference
it.
between expertise and projection.
I'm
an expert in you.
As what always frustrates me is the question's more layered than that. Mm-hmm. I find that, yes, I do get upset on stage, but I think I'm better at internalizing it and finding the funny in that nowadays and not necessarily taking it out on the audience. But yeah, I get pretty mad. I'd say I do get mad on stage, but I think it's better, notwithstanding... there are exceptions to the rule occasionally, but no, I think I channel it a little bit better now. I think correctly, the comedians are the ones who cop the anger after I get off stage, not so much the audience these days.
That is true. I would say that. I've seen you go all right. Like, you haven't crushed and you get off stage and you're like, these people are the fucking worst and everything. Where'd you get it from? The Jerk Factory?
I'm glad you didn't quote me verbatim.
Yeah, I'm not going to quote you verbatim.
Otherwise,
I'm not going to quote you verbatim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things are said.
Cough button.
Yeah, there is no cough button.
Okay.
Just when you cough, do this.
Anyway, let's crack on with this premise of yours.
The wonderful premise of this episode is, for those listening who don't know, I used to be a life and relationship coach, and I'll never shut up about it.
Yeah.
But what I will do is premise this episode as, hey, what if Sharam life coached Joel? Yeah.
So I get a free life coach session.
Yes, which people did pay lots of money for this. So do value
How
this.
much?
Would be...
What's wrong with it? What's happened?
No, I'm just trying to... Yeah, 3,006 calls.
3,000 for 6 calls?
Yeah, Australian.
So... Oh, you'd pay 3,000. That would guarantee you 6 calls.
Yes,
that was
plus ongoing support. If something came up because of a call, we'd do an additional one.
So $5,500 a call.
Yeah, basically.
How long's the call?
It goes for at least an hour, sometimes longer.
So $500 an hour.
Yeah, and I chose to do stand-up comedy.
That's like
after this.
Is that $88 a minute?
I never did that maths, but that sounds about right. Okay. Now, are you okay? So what?
That was funny. It was just like I could see you like, Gah!
No, well, when it's processed through you, it's good. But when it's processed through me, I'm like, no, because I coach myself sort of out of it.
What are you talking about?
The whole whatever. Okay. So there are 2 kinds of coaching we can do.
I gotta say, if I'd want my $4 back or however much I would have spent by now in the life coaching contract.
Well, we're doing this loosey goosey.
Should have a little dollar. Can we put in the graphics a little dollar sign ticking up as it's ticking up?
Because that requires me to edit that in, and I'm not going to do that. There's 2 kinds of coaching here. There is the kind where we go deep, like layer by layer into your subconscious mind, and I require you to meditate on things. And that might be a little bit more vulnerable for a call like this.
A call?
Sorry, I'm so used to calling it call.
Okay.
For a podcast like this.
Okay.
Depending on how comfortable you are with that. Or there is
I mean,
the
go on.
intellectual jostling,
What does that mean?
which basically is probably more showmanship rather than getting actual deeper results.
Well, obviously, I don't want to fix myself because then I
Okay.
won't. I think it's it's like a rock star getting off heroin. It's like their career just goes downhill after that.
That is the presumption,
But whatever's.
yes.
Then again, I want to do whatever's funniest. But you're not gonna get under my skin because I'll just the minute you get anywhere near a second layer of epidermis, you'll find me. I'll just be like, nah. Look at his bald head covered up by a
Okay.
beanie that doesn't even cover his ears. What a jerk. Look at where'd you get that beanie? The gay store?
The reason why I have the beanie that doesn't cover up my ears is so I
He's so
can
easy to
hear
get to.
people.
He's so easy to
No,
get
because
to.
I've thought about this. Because I'm an intellectual powerhouse.
'Cause if
I have thought about this.
If you're a real life coach, you wouldn't have even responded to the beanie comment, but you were like, oh, the thing about the beanie is, I'm like,
No, but I've thought about it. I think you need to know that when you wear beanies all the time, it restricts
But
your
isn't
hearing,
the whole
and
point
you
to
need
keep
be
your
able
ears
to
warm?
know. No, because I need to hear. Do you know what it's like being a stifled
why do you want it? Well, firstly, I do know I have narrow ear canals,
hair
and secondly,
hairist?
I have narrow
ear canals?
I have narrow ear canals.
I'm sorry I couldn't hear you. I was talking over you.
Well, it's a very vulnerable. See, speaking of getting vulnerable, this is a very vulnerable
Okay,
thing for me.
was
I have
it?
narrow ear canals.
How do you feel about your narrow ear canal?
What? See?
Oh.
See
You
what it's
actually got
like?
me with that what?
The narrow ear canals, I would get waxy ears all the time, and I'm seeing an ENT on the August 29th.
What's an ENT?
Ear, nose, and throat
Oh,
specialist.
okay.
And where he's going to get, he or she, I think it's a he. I think his name was Tim or something, but it could be a
Okay.
she.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Women can be ENTs as well.
Yeah.
But he's going to go in there with the optic, and he's going to have a real look. But yeah, I got narrow ear canals, and it's legit. And the doctors keep marveling whenever I get waxy ears. Go to the doctor, and they're like, "You got narrow ear canals," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
Okay.
'Cause-
And every time do you go to a different doctor every time just so you can impress him? Is what you're basically saying.
Do you go to the same doctor every time? Do you have a doctor?
I used to as a kid.
Mm.
So that's a good.
Well, that's because your
question,
mum
actually.
would send you.
We've
That's
always been
not
the same
you.
one. We were in a world where you had a relationship with the things around you. We don't exist in that anymore.
Yeah, but I just go to any doctor that's available. I like to.
Yeah.
You don't put all the eggs in one basket.
Mhm.
I want them to all at that clinic know me and my problems.
Before we get into the call, what do you think about this? The call! Before we get into the session, what do you think about this?
I hate it.
My partner was sick once, so we went to a emergency clinic, and the emergency clinic doctor was like, "Just so you know, AI is taking notes on the session. Are you okay with that?" And when I heard that, I was like, "AI is here. Like this is it's here.
here, it's
what do you
queer.
think about that? Are you cool?"
You mean specifically? Would I be cool in that situation?
Yeah.
or
Would you be like, "Take notes"?
Uh,
Like a person, like a human,
yeah, I wouldn't care.
with a hand written
the
in a
ship
pen
sailed.
you wrote yourself.
The ship has sailed.
Yeah.
The ship has sailed. We had our chance to say no to all this, but we were too obsessed with doing like BuzzFeed quizzes about which Gilmore Girls character you are, and now we're here, and that's the domino effect that's led us to like the doctor now uses ChatGPT or whatever the fuck to take notes. So yeah, we deserve this.
Okay.
It's not really a question of whether I'm up for it. It's like I have to be up for it
Yeah,
because
you're
that's the world we
saying
live in.
doomed
It's
ourselves.
like asking, what do you think about oxygen? You for or against it? It's like that's not even that's not a question.
Well, are you ready for the session?
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't give you.
No,
I'm not giving you much.
That's all right. I'm gonna.
It's gonna change in a second.
I will decide on the style, and it might change per
Style.
because you can have different comedic styles. You can have different coaching styles.
Okay. Go for it.
Imagine you
Fix me.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix you. And if we don't fix him, whatever. Who cares? At least you had a good time, as in the audience, not
Yeah.
you. Imagine you're on stage. Yes, I had a drink.
We are on stage.
No, but okay. So, all right, good. This is a stage you've previously bombed at. Am I wrong to say that, or have you never bombed?
If you don't bomb, you're not doing enough gigs. That's an
Okay.
old adage in comedy.
Yeah.
That's Tom Segura said that.
And so that way, every time
It's good.
you
The
are
point
doing
is,
well-
you saying "Have you ever bombed?" is the wrong question. It's like, are you bombing enough? You should be bombing.
Yeah, no, but I'm just trying to like lead into a yes. It's a yes.
Yes.
Yes, there we go. I'm going up a yes ladder. We start with something that's really simple.
Is this as annoying for you as it is for me?
So, you've bombed here, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine, bring yourself to a past state where you've bombed. How have you felt? in that audience? The audience isn't connecting with your jokes.
I get actually in my right leg above
Oh, really?
lower hamstring. I get a funny feeling in my leg. I'm not being a dick.
No.
I genuinely, when I haven't had a good set, I'll get off set. I can feel it in my left leg above the back of the knee. It's like, I feel like, I think because maybe I favor one leg or don't favor a leg when I'm getting I'm getting nothing and I kind of go stiff.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that's not what you're looking for.
No.
Back to the past.
It's perfect. That's
perfect?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Nailing
it. Good job.
Thank you.
So that, you know how we store stress in our body, right? Like you have a massage and you feel like, say, I'm going to touch you, the knot's here, right? You feel it.
Okay.
And basically, it's our body has a physiological reaction to the world around us. And more often than not, we can actually store our emotions in our muscles because it's these reactions, and constant reactions can build up in our whatever. That, to me, sounds like that's one of those responses. So, just a quick question: when was the first time you ever felt that?
Probably from the get-go, but it's probably only been in the last few months that I've been going and saying to my girlfriend, hey, it's
Should
crazy.
I go to the doctor? Is that what you're saying?
No, just to people I've been open about. Maybe because I've been, look at me, being very open and stuff.
Very good.
I'm very open with this, aren't I? I'm very good. Maybe it's a case I'm diagnosing myself. I don't really need you, but basically I'm thinking because
coaching yourself.
I've got to a stage where I still, obviously I'm not very good at comedy, but I'm better than I was, and I'm maybe more comfortable with a bomb, despite the words that I say to you guys when I get off stage and how much I hate the audience. But I'm at a stage where I can be a bit more out of body experience, assessing the bomb for what it is, and I'm just I'm comfortable telling people when I bomb, this is what happens, and I'm open. So the last few months have been more open about I get this feeling in my leg when I bomb. It feels funny, and probably the last few months have been sort of telling people that. It doesn't maybe not when it first started happening, but when I first started going I'd be driving the car home and I'd be like, what's up in my leg? It feels funny.
So you never felt that pain in your leg?
Look, just say I'm bisexual and get to the end. That's where it's going.
No, you never felt that pain in your leg before comedy?
No. Oh, maybe.
Was there a childhood moment, for example?
No, I couldn't pinpoint anything. Just maybe looking back, it's probably retroactive. There's probably a stupid term for it in your stupid life coaching industry, but basically, it's probably some back projection, probably. Back projection to I probably maybe did when I was, playing tennis. And my parents made me. I wanted to play footy, but my parents said you're playing tennis. And then when I bomb at tennis or lose easily at tennis, and then maybe I got a similar thing going on. I don't know. So his eye contact's making me feel really uncomfortable, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's my lock in, right? Actually, what's going on for me is...
see why you don't do this anymore.
I'm actually micro-analyzing your facial muscles and also your breath.
Why'd you say it to me I'm analyzing your facial muscles? I got Adam Sandler's life coaching me now. Yeah? Or is it any past traumedy, warmedy, schmomedy?
Just heal the trauma! What are you looking at, Schwan?
They get it.
Yeah, they understand.
They got the joke.
Yeah. Have you seen Happy Gilmore 2?
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna.
Because they're just...
Let us know in the comments if you're gonna watch Happy Gilmore 2.
It's probably... I've heard it's not good, which isn't a surprise, and I'm just why ruin it? Why ruin a great show?
Back onto the topic.
I genuinely thought you were just going for a high five.
I was wrangling your consciousness through hand gestures.
Consider it wrangled.
How did you feel when you weren't doing well at tennis?
Frustrated because I was still in my... This isn't good content. In my teens, I was you still have that feeling of when you play sports as a teen, you're I could be a pro. Even now, when I play soccer on Saturdays with the boys, you still have that feeling even at 37. You're who knows who's walking past right now watching me dribble? Maybe it'll... you never know. You just have that feeling in the back of your mind. But that's as you get older, you realize, that's just silly, isn't it? But it's kind of fun. But back then, you're I don't know. I'm 15, 16. This is around when, you get discovered. Mm-hmm. I was never that good, but you sort of realize, I got real angry. I'd smash rackets. I smashed rackets, plural.
Okay, so you basically had the same relationship with tennis as you did with comedy.
Mm.
You're always talking about it. You're like, I wasn't the best, but I could have been. I could be discovered. Any moment, something could happen. You have the same relationship.
I guess. I care too much is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes. But let's talk about specifically the knee.
I think we're done here, to be honest. I think we got it. I care too much. Thank you, Dr. Sharam. I did it. I care too much. We hit it. We did it. Nailed it. I'm too caring.
Yeah, and caring is a good thing, by the way.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
people used to always ask me, like, why do you care so much? Now I realize, like, why don't you fucking care?
Your campaign seems to have the momentum of a runaway freight train. Why are you so popular?
Yeah.
Simpsons. All right, go on. Keep coaching me.
Yeah.
My reaction's the same.
How do you feel about the pain? Do you feel like if only you didn't have the pain, you would be successful?
You mean in my leg?
Yeah, in your leg. Yeah, I'm specifically talking about your leg.
No, it's got nothing to do with my leg. That's
Okay.
that's a symptom.
Sometimes
it's not like I'm
we're
doing
just
comedy and I'm
exploring-
like, oh no, my leg.
No, we're just exploring things
You
because
f-
if that comes
well,
up,
yeah.
then there's something in
But
there.
that's
Talk about the anger then.
you
Yeah.
are putting the cart before the horse there.
Well, sometimes we got to see, hey, there's a cart, maybe there's a horse attached.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
Tell me about the anger you felt when you were playing tennis. 'Cause you didn't even want to play tennis.
Yeah, that's an
And yet
interesting
you were
thing.
still like, I want to be discovered.
I don't know if I wanted to be discovered. I think it was just I liked winning.
Okay.
I don't know if it was that. I thought maybe similar to comedy. There's no like, I just figure if I win this, if we keep winning,
Yeah.
I'll get then next season put in a better division, and you keep win there, and you keep getting put in divisions higher and higher. Little did I know it was a little Plato's cave thing going on, whereas like basically what I was doing, junior tennis, you have all these sections that they, divisions they put you in based on your ability and age. And basically I was like, oh, if you were good, you wouldn't be here. You'd be like at the Australian Institute of Sport.
Yeah, there's always
Yes.
another level above.
Plato's cave. It
Yeah,
was like,
yeah, yeah,
I like, oh, right. I'm, even if I get to the top of this, like boys 1 was kind of like boys tennis Division 1, you're in a team, you play singles and doubles and whatever every Saturday. But if you're the best at that, that's just that you're the best at, like, not the shit part, but like if you were good, you would be at the AIS. You're 15, 16 years old, you would be at the AIS being trained. You'd be on tour. You'd be doing, like, it's the ship like sailed when you were like 12.
Okay.
So there was I think maybe even back then, I just wanted to be like, I'm playing boys 1, like, pretty good. Which now you look back and you go like, what? That's like saying you crushed at Dirty Secrets. But basically, who gives a shit? But basically, right, Sharam. But basically, it was like, it would be like that. But I think it's like goes. Oh god, I'm talking too much. But basically, no, you're loving it. Yeah.
You're crushing.
But basically, it's a bit like very early stages of comedy where you're doing these awful gigs, which we still do, and they're not awful because they're run poorly. They're just the universe is against them. They're in a terrible bar.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot that goes against.
They're doing their best. But you do those gigs and you have to almost pretend like, let me, like, I crushed it. The Pinnacle. The Pinnacle was a gig in Fitzroy North. The Penny. Yeah. But you crushed
the
it.
Penny. Comment if you know the Penny.
Yeah, but if you did well at the Penny, you'd be like, who gives a shit? I crushed at the Penny, but it's good. But it makes you need that delusion to feel like, yes, I crushed at the Penny.
Yeah.
I crushed at the Penny. Even though you're deep down, you're like, who cares?
My mentality is I'm always like, sure, there are rooms where it's like, yeah, I fucking crushed here, fantastic. But if it's a small thing, I'm like, did I crush with one person? And you can see each individual person. And those, to me, they count as individuals rather than a whole.
Also, you're not out of the tournament if you don't crush at the Penny.
Yeah.
You can go, in fact, it's better. You go like, oh, now, driving home, go like, I've talked about it, like, you drive home and you think about the joke and you go, I've got it. And you want to do a George Costanza and turn around and say the jerk store call. I've got it.
But there's no one there.
Yeah, but they've gone and you have to wait till the next gig. But but tennis, you lose and you're like, oh, we lost.
Yeah.
So that's the difference there, I guess.
So my then next question to you is, how do you feel about anger?
How do I feel about anger? A waste of energy, but I think in comedy it can be used to be as a tool.
Okay.
Which makes it tough for me because a lot of people, oh, Joel lost it at the audience or Joel turned on the crowd. And I'm like, then by the same token, someone will be like, dude, when you talk to that guy in the crowd, that was fucking insane. That was so cool. So it's like, coming to, and also, but then of course, bookers, power brokers in the scene.
Like yourself.
No, like, well...
Yeah, like me, but also like you.
But you know, you can...
Anyone who's maybe not comedy should be watching this. Like these are the people you suck up to.
But I think there are... if you do that, you run the risk of, oh, he's a bit too much trouble. You know, I'm not going to book him again. There is a little bit of like, even if you're like, I like the guy and I see what you're trying to do, but like, oh, I'm not exactly... You're not top of my list. Are you going to yell at people again? But then I'm like, but yelling and the sort of abrasiveness of like, what'd you say? You're an idiot. That kind of shit is like, why am I pretending I have a mic when I have a mic?
Are you comfortable with being angry?
Don't ignore my little my little non sequitur there. That's really
rude.
There
if you want to hold a second mic.
Yeah, but like if I'm going like, yeah, it's that anger is a tool that can be used, but it's you know, you can find yourself feeling a lot of long drives homes when you try and use that. Did I say that right? Long drives home. Yeah. Thank you. When you use
multiple drives.
When you try to use that tool. So no, anger is in comedy, I think. Do you mean in comedy or in general?
Specifically in comedy or tennis as a child, but regardless.
Well, anger's bad in tennis because you lose your composure and then you I saw that.
Yeah.
And then you literally I've damaged, like I lost 4 rackets from the anger.
Yeah, there is that. So why do we get angry? Do you know this?
Because Melbourne crowds are a bunch of girls who think what we say on stage is serious when it's not, and go fuck yourself. That's why. That's why I get angry in comedy.
Well, we solved it.
You come to a gig and you just want to tell a little joke, but you say a joke, something, grandma, something, Gaza. And it's like, excuse me, my grandma excuse me, I know a friend of a friend of a friend whose hairdresser knows someone whose cousin is from Palestine. Please don't talk about that. And you're like, I'm just fucking joking.
All right. There's 2 things I'm going to say. This is going to be very fun. Here's reflection. This is a coaching tool where I then reflect back to you everything you've said, but digest it through the mind of someone like me.
Is it going to be in Arabic?
No.
That's a clip.
I don't even speak.
Just because I'm like, I just start floating. Like, what the hell's happening? Okay.
All right.
Racial.
You ready for this? People get angry when we have our boundaries crossed. It's a symptom of having a thing that we felt shouldn't be crossed done. You want to say what you're going to say?
No, I'm just trying not to laugh. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's just it's very genuine what you're doing. It just makes me laugh.
I've got snot all over my fucking
that too.
thing.
Go on, come on. You know.
Okay, so people get angry when we have our boundaries crossed.
The scene is a balloon. Go.
Yeah. Call back. People get angry when we have our boundaries crossed. Anger isn't necessarily the problem. It's unprocessed. Basically, healed anger, processed anger becomes boundary affirming. A good example was when I was younger. I was walking across the street and a truck turned and basically almost hit me. And I got real mad because I got the green man. I should be able to cross here. The guy in the truck got really mad at me because he thought he had the right of way and that he should be able to drive. We both crossed each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
So often when someone pisses you off, you're actually trying to reaffirm a boundary. There's something that they've done which you felt they crossed in your life that you've done. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that when you get mad on stage, it's because someone is crossing a boundary. And I have a sneaking suspicion that what you said earlier, which is you care too much, is actually true. You feel like you should be much further on in your career. Of
course.
And so what ends up happening is, yes.
And everyone agrees with that.
Yeah, and everyone agrees. Yeah.
At Joel Templey on Instagram.
Yeah. But what happens is you're not necessarily... So you get angry because you feel like you should be further, you should be committing, you should be whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But maybe you're not necessarily comfortable with that anger.
Yeah.
And so you take it out. You think you shouldn't be so angry.
Yeah, so you're saying that everyone's wrong. And I'm right. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
thanks, Sharam. This is great.
Well, sort of.
Okay.
And sort of
Here
not.
Come the caveats. Is that what you're saying?
Again, there's 2 things I wanted to say. So the first thing is you're like, You get angry because you're like, I should be connecting with them more. I should be making them laugh more. I should be whatever. But then you're uncomfortable with that level of self-assertiveness that then you can't actually hold your own power.
Yeah.
And then you take it out on the fucking audience. That's what happens.
Their stupidity makes me so angry.
Yeah,
they're
but
so stupid.
Fault is that?
Them for being so stupid and their parents for giving birth to them.
Two faults. One,
the fault in our stars.
it was their parents' fault the whole time for giving birth to them. No, two things. First thing is, you're uncomfortable with your own anger, which therefore means you're actually uncomfortable with your own boundaries, that you should be more successful than you are. So you then, there is that. The second thing is you're uncomfortable with your own intensity. I've seen you, when you get angry with your audience, or any audience, is that you're like, I should be able to make this joke, but you're not strong enough for that. Therefore,
Correct.
my career is suffering because of you.
100%. It's their fault. Yep.
Yeah. I had a breakthrough last night when I realized sometimes I think my
this was
jokes
about
are
me.
bad. Yes, but this is a reflection.
Okay.
Sometimes I think my jokes are bad when actually they're not. It's actually that they're really fucking intense. Like, it's very sharp, and I need to be able to hold people through that. Maybe that's a longer pause. Maybe that's a whatever. Basically, what I'm trying to say, TLDR, is you're uncomfortable with your own power in this case. And every time you get angry, you're actually trying to figure out who's the fault. There is no fault.
I knew it all along. I'm amazing, and they can't handle how amazing I am. Thank you.
It's not them. You can't handle how amazing you are.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm so
you
amazing.
take it out on them. You go, they're the problem.
Yes.
They can't handle it.
Yeah.
But they need you to teach them how to handle it.
What you're saying is, I need to come to terms with how awesome I am.
That's sort of
And
what
when
I'm
I come to
saying.
terms with how awesome I am,
Yeah.
which I am, I just need to come to terms with it. I need to accept I'm awesome. And when I do that, they'll, despite being so stupid, will understand as well. They'll be like, yes, we've been trying to tell you all along, but we're knuckle dragging freaking Luddite Neanderthal audience members, and we're like, you good comedy. We just no have words to express such booga 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 booga. And I'm like, yeah,
hold them through it. Connect with each audience.
No, it'll be like from now. What they're doing is the ooga booga language to me.
And you're gonna be like, oh, I have to speak ooga booga for you.
And I'll be like Neo at the end of the first Matrix film, where I finally see the ones and zeros, and suddenly, remember that? Do you remember that Black Mirror episode where?
No. I've only seen the latest.
Basically, that's strange. Basically, though,
the most modern.
Basically, they're this army where he joins the army and they put something in your brain, and basically you got to shoot the zombies. It's a zombie apocalypse, but then he gets fixed because he bumped his head, and he realizes, oh, they're not zombies. It's just the implant in their brain that's made them look like zombies, and they're just regular people who are just from a different class.
Yeah.
And that'll be like what they are. Right now they're like, oh, me no get joke. But then eventually, once I come to terms with how awesome I am, they'll suddenly be like, they'll be like wearing bow ties and clapping and like,
that's it.
Brilliant. They'll be like that Orson Welles gif, where he's clapping.
Yeah.
It's the gif from Citizen Kane. You'll put that in post-production.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not editing this in any way. We might do a thing at the end of
this. Has been big. This has been a really big breakthrough for me.
Is it actually, or are you just playing it up? I don't know.
Well, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to keep it light.
Okay, keep it fucking light.
Well,
keep it light but
fine.
Real.
Actually, this has been. I'd actually like to continue the reflection or the digestion or the whatever stage of the fucking call we're up to. But basically that. But I was enjoying the idea that you did inadvertently. Maybe you there's more than meets the eye here, and maybe you open it up from that interpretation where I'm like, you mean I'm awesome and I just need to come to terms with how that was very
real,
funny.
But you were exaggerating.
I was exaggerating it for comedic effect because I'm awesome.
Yeah.
I'm awesome at comedy. That's what it's like. Oh, the third eye has opened.
Yeah, that's what it is like. Yeah. No, because what happens when you
no one's going to listen to this anyway.
Doesn't matter. Let them not listen to this.
Good. When they can't handle it.
Yeah, they can't. What do you? No, but here's the thing, right?
They won't see that.
All right, if they're not going to listen to it, say all the things you want to say. No, but here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because what's the perspective shift? Instead of getting mad that they're wrong, you can then be like, oh, okay, they just don't understand what I'm saying. What do I need to do to bridge that gap? And then you start to learn different kinds of people. And then you're right, maybe there are some audiences that are a bit more timid. Maybe there aren't. I find when you have a larger audience, it's easier sometimes, not all the time, to do well because you have a collective of people that have different audience, that have different laughter, and then you have different people on that side of the room laughing, and then people on that side of the room can understand. They join as one collective consciousness who's able to actually hear it in a way that you want them to hear it.
Sorry, I thought this made you think I was getting drained, but I was actually listening.
Yeah.
But basically, I got to work on my body language. But basically, with a bigger crowd, you probably had a bigger gig where they've probably paid $20.
Yeah, so there is also that.
And they're invested in the gig.
Yeah.
And they're excited to be there. Yeah. So there's that too.
It's a bit of a difference.
I guess the problem is with going to like interpreting how the audience is reacting is, it would be nice, and this is not... See, like you say, I need to communicate with them better. Sometimes you look down there and it's like a guy on his phone. He's talking to his missus. And you're just like, and then there's a guy with a blank stare. And you're like, what's his problem? You realize, he's from the Netherlands and he didn't get any of the references.
Yeah.
So it's a little, you can't stand at the door and give him a questionnaire about like, what was the issue? We were having a fight at dinner and we had the show and we weren't really listening. Or I just stumbled in, I'm pretty hammered. Or I'm from Uzbekistan, I don't speak English. I just wanted to get out of the cold. You can't quite... you're never gonna, the whole like, I need to go back into my car and get better. But then you think to yourself, do I, or were those pretty decent jokes and they're just pricks? But then I'm like, this is
nice.
Growth. You can't rage. You no matter, even though you could probably go like, that guy wasn't listening. She didn't speak English. He just hated me the minute I walked on stage. Unfair. I said a word she didn't like. What are you going to do? They weren't listening. They hated the act before me. They're tired. They're asleep. No matter what you've got in the crowd, I think you've got to go, but what can I do?
Yes.
They still weren't laughing that much. What can you do to change that? Maybe there's something. And maybe you will at the end of the day realize, you know what, that there's nothing I could have done to get those guys. But
it could be that.
At least it provokes that introspection.
Yeah. And it could be the jokes. But it's not always their fault.
Maybe it was the loud guy from Iran or Uzbekistan who was on stage before you who says bald. He says bold instead of bald, and he wears a beanie which doesn't cover his ears.
But it's so I can hear. I want to be able to hear the audience.
Because he's a great listener.
I'm a great listener.
That's why you're a life coach. Oh no, wait, you got fired.
By myself.
Still fired.
I still have.
Yeah.
I don't actively promote it.
It's funny when people say I quit. You fired yourself, right? It's like, you can't fire me. I quit. It's like, well, you fired yourself.
Fucking.
Is that a bit? That could be.
I guess so, but it is sort of an okay bit.
Yeah, it's just funny how it's like, you can't fire me. I quit. It's like, well.
Yeah, it'd be like, you can't fire me. I quit, but you work for me.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm deleting my ABN.
Yeah. Yeah.
When that email comes where you're like, sometimes you haven't claimed it, like not claimed, but it's like,
don't say ABN to me. It triggers me. God, that's the most triggering thing you've done to me this whole show. Just taxes. Ugh. God, why do we have to pay them?
I don't know.
Not that I have.
Dude,
not
there's
that
just so much
What
problems.
Happened? What happened?
I don't know. Just
have we finished? Did you do it?
I think we've done the coaching.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's enough.
I feel like you're just ending it because you're not having fun coaching me.
No, we sort of got to a good point. I could keep going, but I think that's enough.
Okay, if you had to sort of like, you know how you can...
Oh, yeah. Now you want more, huh?
No.
It's $3,000 for 6 calls.
You know how you can email the Melbourne International Comedy Festival and they explain to you in completely unpatronizing way why you didn't get through at Raw Comedy? What would be your reply to them? If I went, hey, Sharam, can you just give me a summary as to how my... Do you not know that? You can email the festival?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It's very fun. You just email them and ask, what was it in my set that you didn't like? Was it the gay marriage joke or the Aboriginal...
Like, it was all of
Which one of those jokes would you not want on whatever?
He's like, can you please rate in hierarchy of the orders of the jokes?
It's just fun. Like? You can, for those out there...
You can do that.
For the one guy listening, you can, if you do Raw, you can, and you don't get through, you can email them to get feedback on your performance, which I find very... hilarious, and you can use that, you can print it out and use it as toilet paper. That's fun. But basically, I want to know if you had to give me like a sort of a little haiku or a soliloquy or a little addendum to the therapy, what would it be? Like if you had to write a note.
First of all, coaching, not therapy.
Whatever.
It would be very simply put, your jokes aren't bad, they're just intense, and so you have
and you're jealous of them.
And you have to be able to hold people through that. And the other thing is that you're uncomfortable with how much you want success. So when things aren't going your way, you get mad, and that's because you're breaking your own boundary, that you feel like you should be able to be further, better, quicker, everything, and that's fine. You've just got high standards. Yeah. There's nothing
I just
wrong
want
with
it more than you.
No, you just are uncomfortable with how much you want it.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with how much I want it.
Again, I have to come to terms with how good I am.
So you can keep thinking that, which is the addendum that
you need. You mean keep thinking the advice you just gave me as a professional life coach?
You keep summarizing it as that while you want a more elaborate version of what
I
you listen to this later on.
I'm not going to do that, but I feel like for your benefit...
The one view this will get is going to be just Joel re-listening
look, for your benefit, because I can see, I can tell there's 50% of you that's like, he doesn't get it, but there's 50% of you that's like, this is kind of funny. But for the 50%, the former 50% of you, I get it. It's about... Don't get angry with them. It's kind of like don't get bitter, get better.
Yeah.
A little.
It's your anger is a symptom that you're crossing a boundary, and the boundary you're crossing is I want that fucking success so much.
Yes, $5,000 for don't get bitter, get better. Wow.
Yeah, now imagine this.
What a gravy train. You really jumped off a gravy train with that shit. Fucking
but look
hell.
at you. You're like, oh my God, I'm a new man. I've never been validated.
I mean, I'm a little invigorated.
Yeah, you're a bit.
Which, if you had to,
you're a lot invigorated.
If you had to take one of my, if you had a gun to my head and I had to give you one of my jokes, which joke would you be like? Give me that joke.
Oh, that requires me to have actually watched your sets.
That's better. Good comeback.
But it's you're teaching one about the different languages or the different Colombian people in the audience. I liked that one.
Colombian people?
No, you're like,
just different type, like.
Do you want to do the bit for the people?
I can't remember it a bit.
Yeah, they were different. Yeah, because that's what happens when you try and cram a show in real quick.
That's what happens when you're a prolific writer like me, and you have a lot of jokes, and you just got so many jokes. You don't have the
brain to retain it all. You just have a premature.
That's why I don't wear beanies, because just the brain keeps expanding. But basically,
I've been trying the horseshoe a little bit, letting it grow out.
But fair enough. Yeah. You do you, brother. But basically, so was it like about how I taught Colombians in English schools? Yeah, I think you taught
Colombians, and everyone was a different kind of Colombian.
Oh, yeah.
I don't fully remember the joke. But I liked the idea behind it.
You got a little Kossacks kind of thing going on there. I did that. I told my girlfriend's Russian. She doesn't know what a Kossacks is.
Okay.
Because I had a bit about, like, I would reference Kossacks, like, because of her accent. I'm like, my girlfriend's accent compared to, like, some Bogan relative's accent. And I said... she might sound like a Kossacks, but you guys sound like a cockatoo and stupid.
And everyone's like, haha, so funny. And she's like, do you guys eat bloomin' onions in Australia?
Well, she didn't know what well, you took that off on a weird tangent, but
that's
basically...
because I took it on the right tangent,
right.
But you can take it on the wrong tangent.
But see, that's because you have come to terms with how awesome you are.
Oh, yeah, but I came to terms with ages ago. You're just now coming to terms with now. Well, you're a baby in your own reality.
That's because I'm so awesome, it's hard to come to terms with that.
I'm not going to...
It's hard to come to terms with this.
Fight you on that. That's actually a fair point, and I want to support you in that because I'm a good person.
But basically, but my Russian girlfriend didn't know what a Kossacks is, but whatever. They're like Russian cowboys, basically.
Okay, but she didn't know nor care because it's a thing that Westerners made up.
I guess maybe it is.
It's like Russians are like, in Australia they have turbo bogans. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they'll just come up, what's an exaggerated version of a bogan, and now give it a Russian word.
I guess.
Or an Australian-sounding word.
But
in Australia, they have chezzers.
I think they did exist, but it's just, they're not as, maybe have been blown up by Hollywood and literature whatever. This is I don't know. That was stupid to bring
this
up.
Was a fun episode.
Wait, are we wrapping up?
We could.
Oh, what a shit way to end.
End on something better then.
Hey
Joel, are we best frenemies or are we?
No. Did we have what's happened since we talked? Hulk Hogan died. Ozzy Osbourne died.
No, you want some topical?
No. What's happened? Well, what have you? It's been all about me. What have you been up to?
I have had my own breakthroughs. Because I meditate a lot, which is my version of basically coaching myself. Since we're on this topic, my breakthrough recently, which has been absolutely fucking massive, was that I subconsciously related if I found something hard, I thought I was failing. So ironically, So this is a weird one. So I write. See, look at that. Fucking yep. So
I'm just nodding politely.
and you felt it in your fucking heart chakra.
I was
right
stifling
there.
a yawn, but go on.
So what that meant was every time I got good at something, despite how hard I found it, because I found it hard, because some things are just intrinsically hard. Some things, like for example, comedy is just hard sometimes.
For some.
Yeah. For some, unlike yourself, who's so awesome.
'Cause
apparently.
I'm awesome. Well, that my life coach told me that.
Yeah. I ain't your life coach. You haven't given me a single dollar. I ain't your life coach. That's how it works. So what happens is I was...
I know what, by the way, on the video, it looks like I'm looking at something. I'm not. I'm just staring into the screen like, cool.
Yeah, you can see the
it looks like we got some
waveforms.
sort of, like on the panel shows where they like the sports panel shows where they're like, yeah, good point, and they cross something out on their paper, and you're like, they're not crossing anything out. They're meathead footballers. It's like that right now. I'm just looking at. It's basically the screensaver. I'm just like, nice.
Well, you know when people are on stage, one of the most common jokes when people check their notes is like, "Oh, it just says believe in yourself." I'm like,
this is the Schvoss sticker, but it's the good one. It's the good one. It's the good one.
It's the Hindu one.
Yeah. The bad one.
Yeah, so it was basically like every time I found something hard, and some things are just intrinsically hard, I was subconsciously watering the plant of me getting better, but also watering the plant of I'm failing. So I got really good at telling myself I was shit at things as I was getting better at the things. And that to me that's what I've been up to. Last few weeks have been just me realizing how prevalent that has been through my whole life. And so a lot of other things, like, yesterday I have this joke about the Iran war and my dad threatening to kill me.
Let's keep it light.
But that was the thing, right? That's my equivalent of like one of those jokes where I'm like, oh, this is a bit too rough for audiences. And then I did it last night and I was like, no, this is actually a beautiful expression of love languages and connection. And that if I'm flinching because I think it's too much for people, I'm telling them to flinch too. That's what I've been up to.
Yeah.
Also, I have my own. What should I call my podcast? I have my solo one, not with you.
Sharam Namdarian life coach.
No. It's not a coaching one. Now that you see me, you see what I have to do is I have to actually hide. I have to dampen my coaching self because it is so strong.
So awesome.
Yeah, so awesome that for the rest of my personality to grow. That's why I got into comedy. My coaching self is so fucking strong that I can be like, here's your trauma, here's the this, here's the that. I can see it. I'm paying attention to people's micro muscles. Right?
So people told you were so good at coaching that you gave it up. Is that what I got from that?
No, I wanted a balanced life.
All right.
It's too much. I just kept being... Yeah, it was a bit... went too far down the rabbit hole. But that's a story for another time. That's what I've been up to.
Well, we should do another pod.
I don't really have anything much.
Well, we've run out of time, but we should do another one soon. Maybe we could do it Sunday.
Hey, quickly, what do you think of Ozzy Osbourne dying?
That's sad. Very sad. There's nothing to joke about there.
Clip it! Put it on the internet as a separate clip!
There's nothing to joke about with that. I think he was a great musician and flawed individual, but like, who isn't? Who among us isn't?
Hey, Joel, what's your view on the tariffs?
Are they still happening?
Yeah, apparently they're now going to go into place.
Well, tariff, don't like them.
Okay, good. Now you ask me something.
What do you think? Do you think technology's cyclical and we might get Tamagotchis back soon?
No, I actually think with the prevalent of AI, prevalence.
It's a noun.
No, but the continuing prevalentness, the continuing prevalent nature of it all, people are going to be drawn to more in-world things as the internet becomes untrustworthy.
Yeah.
I'm already seeing, and also...
I'm hoping it becomes Dune.
Yeah, it's gonna because every time in Dune they log onto the internet, it's just filled with shitty.
No, I mean
memes.
that's the lore of Dune. As far as I've only seen the films, the recent ones, but basically, it's the reason the future is like that is because they rejected technology. They were like, no thinking machines. They're evil, and they evolved. That's where you get the Jedi equivalent. Because they evolved to be thinking machines themselves. What were you going to say?
I know, but I think it's interesting because I think
We've been trying to end this episode for the last 10 minutes.
The internet is going to kill itself.
Yeah.
The internet has been a blip in history, like the way we know it now. I think people are going to move more towards in-person entertainment, And also, there was another fact that I thought was really fun and interesting, but now all I can think about is Dune. And it was going to be amazing. If we did a clip, it was going to go viral.
I just said that technology is a secretly cool thing as kind of a throwaway line at the end of the episode, and you really took it literally, like actually, But I admire that. That was good. But
I can't remember it. It was a good point.
You'll remember it, and you'll say it next episode, which we will record soon because I think we got some good stories to tell.
We got some good stories.
This was the life coach episode.
Yeah, this was the life coach episode. I think a lot of comics are going to.
What do you reckon the title of the episode is going to be?
I have no idea, actually.
How about?
I was thinking Sharam coaches Joel.
Sharam coaches Joel. Spoiler alert: he's awesome.
No,
Joel's awesome.
No, I like simpler names.
Sharam.
Here. The unraveling of Joel's mind.
Okay.
No, Sharam unravels Joel's mind.
How about just Sharam life coaches Joel?
Yeah, done. All right, cool. Hey, Joel, did we become best frenemy? We did become best friends yet, or are we?
Wait.
You gotta think of a fucking.
No, but that was the gibberish. One more time.
Hey, Joel, are we best friends yet, or are we?
Oh boy, I need a drink.
Okay.
There we go. That's the thing.
Yeah, cool.
It's meant to be whatever. It's word association, Mr. Life Coach.
Okay. Should we do in this episode that we could put at the front?
All right.
In this episode of Best Frienemies,
I get life coached by Sharam Namdarian,
and he fucking loved it.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
No spoilers.
Okay, that's not very life coachy of you.
All right, cool. Bye.